All right, now let's take a look at my controllers. First, I'm going to mention the Intellivision controller, just because it's connected to the system. I can't put it with all the other ones. So that looks like this. It's like a dial pad. I have it upside down. Basically, you put an overlay over it based on the game that you're playing. There's some buttons on the side too. You can't really see those, but there's two here. Yeah, and then it'll tell you what the buttons do, kind of based on that. Yeah, it's a pretty funny controller, honestly. So we'll set that there. So the rest of them, I kind of ordered them by release in a way, like, well, okay, so here's the Atari 2600 controller. This is the official one. I'll just give my brief thoughts on different controllers. The stick doesn't move much. There's only one button. Very basic. This is a third-party one. Haven't used them very much at all. So don't have a ton of thoughts on them. So then I have my Nintendo controllers. I did Nintendo next because I'm kind of doing it based on when the companies got into the game market, but I think Nintendo was before Atari, but I could be wrong with their like color TV Pong systems. So yeah, I just wanted to put the Atari ones over here because it's just two. So it's not perfect ordering. It doesn't matter. So this is the NES. And then trying to focus it more. Yeah, just using my phone for this. So we got the NES controller, classic. I haven't used it a ton. Sometimes I felt like you have to press really hard for it to be accurate, which can be a thing with older controllers. It probably just depends on the materials and how old it is and how well it's taken care of. So we have the Famicom, Super Famicom, in Japan only. So the main difference here, because as you can see, I also have the Super Nintendo controller, which is the same system. Just the buttons have different colors, and then these ones are concave. These are convex, but there's two concave ones, whereas these are all convex. So other than that, they're like the same. I like the controller. Haven't used it a lot. I've played Link to the Past and Super Mario Kart for the most part so far. I will be doing Donkey Kong Country games sometime soon, I think. I would like to. Next, we have the Nintendo 64 classic gray controller, atomic purple, banana yellow. I don't know. And then the gold one that I think was like kind of Zelda one. I don't know. This one's my favorite. I cleaned both of these. I believe I took them apart and cleaned them. It's a while ago. I quite like them, both of these, but these are the ones I use the most. This was the one I always used, and this one my sister used when we always used to play Mario Party, or my sisters, I should say. Then we've got the GameCube. Got the purple one, black one. I originally had a black GameCube, and then that was one of the only systems I ever lost. And then we got a purple one. And then, yeah, so the purple controller I had first before this one. But I got the Wavebird, which is very good. I used this a lot when I was playing Sunshine and Melee. And speaking of that, I got this for, I think it was Smash 4. They put out some controllers for Super Smash Bros, like a re-release of GameCube controllers, because people still thought they were the best as far as the Nintendo controllers go. So this was like well after the GameCube controllers weren't being made anymore, but then they had this. I got a Wiimote. This one's pretty dirty, needs to be cleaned. I got some Mickey Mouse decals on it, a nunchuck, and then a third-party one by Rock Candy. And I don't have a nunchuck for that one. I don't know if I ever did. Then we have the Nintendo Switch. So I don't have the Wii U yet. Nintendo Switch, we have the Joy-Cons here. I have Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield decals. And I just have the gray ones. And then we have the Pro controller for Nintendo Switch, which is what I prefer to use. And I usually play docked these days. I don't play a ton, but I've been doing Pokemon Unite a bit, and I'm liking that so far. Alright, so that's it for Nintendo controllers. And then I've got Sega. So we've got the Genesis controller. I have not used it much. Definitely have more Genesis to play. Got 2 of those. Then we have a Sega Saturn controller. I realize the lighting isn't great. I should have got another light in here. So that one, not too different. More buttons up here. And then I have 2 wireless third-party Saturn controllers, which unfortunately had batteries in them for a long time and they're corroded, so I'm not even sure if they will work. Haven't played a ton of Saturn, but what I did play, it was fun. And then we have the Dreamcast. This was my controller. I used it a lot for Jet Set Radio and Sonic Adventure. Those were my main Dreamcast games that I played. And then a second controller. This one's translucent. I do like this controller. It's kind of the precursor to the Xbox controller. Microsoft helped Sega with the Dreamcast, though I don't know if, probably not for controller stuff, but I don't know the extent of that partnership. I know they helped with the online functionality of it. Then we have the PlayStation. So we have Sony controllers. We have the PlayStation original. I had this controller, or this one, I have 2 of them, originally, and played a lot on that. This one I got later on. It's all black. I quite like it. I did clean this one. And then I have some of these, the original DualShock. I have multiple of those because I found them really cheap. I don't need all of them, but I'll probably get rid of at least one of those. And then this came with my PS1, the little version of the original PlayStation. Use this a lot. Got 2 of those. And we have PS3. No. I'm skipping ahead. This is PS2. So my main PS2 games were like Guitar Man, and I played Time Splitters 2 at my friend's house, and I don't know. I played a lot more PS1 than PS2, honestly. We have a silver one. Clean this one. It's quite nice. And now we have PS3, DualShock 3. So yeah, really the controllers did not change a lot between PS1, 2, and 3. The buttons are a little more gentle, I think, on this one. Whereas, yeah, whenever I'm doing Crash games, time trials, and CTR, my finger really starts to hurt from those buttons. But then we have PS4. So definitely a different design for this one. Haven't used it a ton. I've played some Spider-Man and God of War and Until Dawn. Definitely have more to play for that. And I don't have the PS5 yet, so I have not ever held that controller. So that should be interesting when I get the chance to. Moving on, we have the Xbox and Microsoft, which is where I've spent the most of my gaming time. So we have the original Duke, the big boy for original Xbox. Oh, this is funny. It's like a little jewel thing. Jewel case thing. So we have that big controller. I did not use this a lot because when I got my Xbox, I believe in 2003 or 4, which I think was the first system I saved my own money for and actually bought with my own money. Yeah, anyways, I had the S, the small version, which is definitely more comfortable, and it's more like what the Xbox controllers are these days. No bumpers, so you have the black and white buttons. for like different utilities and stuff in games, like flashlights and stuff like that, switching grenades in Halo, and things like that. Very good controller. I used it a ton for Halo 1, Halo 2, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, games like that. I have a second one. This was actually my original one. This one's more worn down, and then this is one I use nowadays, less worn down on the sticks. So yeah, we'll get to that. Xbox 360. Here's my original controller, the white with the gray. Use this so much. I remember when I first started using it, I was like, wow, this feels so good. I played at a friend's house. He got it for Christmas, 2005, I think. We played Perfect Dark Zero, and I was like, this controller is just bonkers. Like, it was so good. The only thing is the battery pack kind of gets in the way, I guess, but you used to that. I guess it doesn't get in the way, but makes the controller a little more weighty. But I have a wired one that I got later on. Unfortunately, this stick is really messed up. But no battery pack, so this is like light and comfortable. Some people prefer those for sure. I have some friends that preferred that. Then we get into some other variations. So I think this one came with my Xbox 360 Elite, so it's black with gray. And then once they got to the Slims, they started doing black with black, just all black. And I quite like that. That's looking really nice. I got multiple because I got ones from my dad when he got rid of his 360 stuff. And then this is the Halo 3 Brute limited edition one. I use this a lot, and I really like it because it's smooth. It feels different than these other plastics. It's very smooth, and I just, really enjoyed it. And then this is the Halo Reach one I got from my, let's see, this was, where did I get this one? I don't know. I got it for pretty cheap though, and it's pretty good condition. Sticks, again, main thing about these controllers is the sticks for the 360, and it's not that they're bad, it's just I used them so much. This one I got as a gift from my girlfriend, and it's also smooth and it's very shiny, and this is the latest version of the 360 one where you can turn the D-pad so it's like sticking out more, or more like the original one where it's the diagonals are a little bit closer. So it's just like a preference thing. Yeah, that's a 360. My most played console, probably always will be, just because I used to have a lot more time when I was in high school when I played 360. So I don't think I'll be able to match that. But my second most played console, I believe, the Xbox One. So this is the Day 1 edition. It says Day 1 2013. I did not get it on Day 1. I got it the next year in the summer, but I got the Day 1 edition. So that time there weren't really a lot of limited edition ones, and it was like the same price. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, I was in studying abroad when the Xbox One came out, and I wasn't in a rush to get it, I guess, because I was waiting for games, and I wasn't really playing games as much at that time because I was busy with school. So yeah, and I didn't like some of the things they originally said they were gonna do, but by the time I got the console, they had already changed everything from not being always online and some of these other things. And yeah, this is I believe it's called Midnight Forces one. Pretty good. Got that. This is the Halo 5 one. Got that from my dad. Oh, that's not the right back though. Where's the back for that one? Is that the right back? It can't be, right? Interesting. All right. This is the Master Chief one. It says UNSC. Pretty nice. Got that from my girlfriend. Gears of War 4 with the stand. This one's a really cool design, and like these scratches are actually like engraved in there. Yeah, really cool looking controller. Pretty much what you would want from a Gears of War controller. Got that with the Xbox One S, Gears of War 4 edition, which I got for a really nice deal. And then we move on to I got this one with the Xbox One X from my girlfriend. Haven't even used this one, not once, because just been using other controllers, so this one's kind of a backup. And this is the Xbox, what is it called? I guess just Xbox One Elite Series 1 controller. And this is the one, you get a case here. You have different joysticks you can use, or analog sticks. You just pop them out, and you can put them in. Same thing for the D-pad. Take that out, and you can put in this other one. It's just more flat. So yeah, it's customizable, and very cool is that it has paddles on the back. It's very good for FPS. This has been really helpful. And you can switch. There's a switch here in the middle between two different settings depending on where you want your buttons mapped. Yeah, I got this from Relics as a gift. Very, very cool. But the grips are starting to come off, so that's unfortunate. I've used this a lot though, so I'm gonna have to get those reattached completely. And then we've got the Xbox Series X controller, which is pretty similar to the Xbox One controller. Bumpers are better quality, and D-pad's different, and there's a share button. But yeah, they just keep making it better and better. So I quite like the Xbox controllers. From the start, it was good, and then it just kept getting better and better. I will say the sticks of the 360 ones get worn down, as well as the original Xbox. But I have not had stick problems really with the One controllers. And that's just, you use them so much, that'll happen. I think to any controller really with these kind of rubbery materials. And then the One controllers, the old ones, like this one and the Day one, I think this might be fine. But this one and the Master Chief one, bumpers have problems. The original design, the bumpers were kind of hard to activate properly compared to the newer designs, and they also broke. So I do have to do some repairs. I believe this one, it's coming off. Can't really show it in the video that easily. But yeah, they need work. But nonetheless, yeah, I remember my first time holding an Xbox One controller was at Tokyo Game Show 2013. And I was just surprised because the 360 controller really seemed so exceptionally good that it was hard to imagine a controller being better. But then I felt the Xbox One controller and I was like, wow, this is more comfortable. So yeah, crazy. And that's my controller collection. I think I have like 55 controllers, and I could probably get rid of a few. Mainly this one, I have 3 of these. One of them has a stick that's all jacked up. Yeah, I thought I had more GameCube controllers, but I apparently don't, because I've went through everything. That's all I could find, so yeah, that's about all I got for controllers.